that's exactly what these people do. But video trumps short posts. So you're talking about there as a short post. But video is now the key. So you should all be doing video, because video is the absolute key. So basically you upload the video to here, you just do the video and you say, oh, I haven't got video equipment. You do, it's this. This is your video equipment. Get a stand, put it there and do a video. Because believe me, it works. So you get phenomenal engagement because it's authentic. It's about you. It's about your personal brand, totally authentic. So to do a test, for example, we opened our new office here in Cecil Street. I put this video, which is 40 minutes long, about the new opening, what it meant on YouTube. Got a massive 35 views, and no one knows who those people are, because you don't have to register on YouTube. But at the same time, put it on LinkedIn, I got 20,000 views. And then I know exactly who the likes and the comments and the viewed my profile people are. So it's all about the data. LinkedIn's about the data. LinkedIn gives you data, YouTube gives you no data. So you can have 1 million views on Instagram or Facebook or WeChat, but you don't know who those people are. You only know who those people are on LinkedIn. And native and YouTube videos play in the feed on LinkedIn. So Simone Hen is fantastic at this. Now Simone's a DJ. She has no media content, no visual content. She's a DJ. And she went, okay, how do I basically get a video? I know, I'll put a phone here and I'll dance around to a piece of music I play, and she shows her passion. Yeah, she loves it. People love it. People absolutely love it. And she gets phenomenal engagement, literally tens of thousands of people view, like and comment, because she's showing passion. But she has an alternative reason for doing this. She wants to be presented as a keynote speaker, as a thought leader, as a coach, not just a DJ. If she doesn't do this, she's just another DJ on Media Call. But she's phenomenal the way she does it. Video, video, video. When she doesn't do video though, her likes and comments plummet. They want to see her in the studio doing this. People love it. But you should mix it up. So look at Sally here. So she's also by herself. So she does lots of videos. Phenomenal engagement rate, 1,000 likes, 500 comments, tens of thousands of views. Just an authentic video talking about an issue which she's passionate about. You can do the same thing. And then she does this. Is that what you're talking about? This is the short post. But it gets, look at the views, look at the likes, comments. It gets, for some bizarre reason I do not understand, people respond to this. I don't understand why you'd respond to that, but people do. Maybe they're just because they're Australian. I don't know. But then she does a picture of looking thoughtful and serious, and she gets likes and comments. She does something infographic wise, but her main engagement are videos. Videos work for Sally. So you can do the same thing. Nothing's stopping you doing it. And people say to me when I show those two examples, they say, but surely they're both attractive females. And I go, okay, I'll show you a couple of people who aren't very attractive. Okay, here's somebody who's not very attractive. At the weekend, on a Sunday, which is the worst day for sharing on LinkedIn because people are using Facebook, I put my phone up on a stand and I did a review of this book here, The Reputation Game. And as of today, I got about 10,000 views, of which 5,000 came on Sunday. And more importantly, this guy is the author of the book. I tagged him on a Sunday and he responded saying, phenomenal, the best speed date summary of the book I've ever seen. Now that video is 10 minutes long. It was not a short video. Because people say, oh, you put it on LinkedIn, it needs to be a minute, it needs to be 2 minutes. Not true. If you do it right, then actually people will watch videos. My favorite video on LinkedIn is from Mark Ritson, who shared a lecture of a marketing talk in London. It was an hour long. And he got 55,000 views and hundreds of comments and likes for an hour-long lecture because it was compelling. It was fantastic context, the context of LinkedIn. So you don't have to be short. It's obviously you'll get good engagement if it is short, but you can be long as well. Mix it up and also personalize it. So Mark Ritson, good example. I take paragraphs from people I like and read and I share it. So Mark Ritson did this comment and I took a quote that says, if you go through my comments of my content, 30 people support me, 38 people don't like me, and 32 think I'm a tosser. So basically he's polarizing it and he's basically telling people this is the secret of content marketing. You basically divorce and get people to engage. And you've got to amplify what you do. Yes? Yeah. Oh, she's all over the place. You were there, over there, now you're over there. You can be over there next. Yes, question.
So people can only see your posts if they're following you. Is that correct?
Following your connections, yes.
So that means you have to have lots of connections in order to get lots of likes or comments and so forth.
You need lots of followers. You don't need lots of connections. You can have like 1 million followers, but it's all about how many. It's about your content. You can have 1,000 connections. And if they are really engaged and they share your content, you don't need a lot of followers or connections. I know lots of people on LinkedIn who've got a couple of thousand connections, but they're very influential and they're very engaging in terms of the content. And they share it, and they share it, and they share it. Simone Heng only has 6,000 connections. You don't need to have, but in the context of what she gets 100,000 views for her videos. Lots of influencers, yes. In the context that you want.
So are you going to tell us people for successful connecting?
The best way of focusing on the connecting side of things is to connect with people using the Sales Navigator platform to draw up a target list. So I'm not going to go into Sales Navigator because that's a whole different conversation. And that's a lecture by itself. But basically you can draw up target lists by using the data on LinkedIn. You can connect with people doing that, and we do that for clients. Because it's so arduous and it takes so long, basically it is literally, I do a whole talk just on that. It's very, very complicated. You don't need to do that now. You can basically just connect with people like people in this room and do quick searches on things like prime time or influential people in Singapore, or people in your industry, for example, you want to influence in Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Indonesia, for example. But you should always personalize your invitation, definitely. Always, always, always personalize. And then promote things. If you're on radio, for example, like I was on Money FM, you promote it before, during, and after. Yeah. There you go. You shouldn't. You can personalize it on your phone as well. No, you can read it. You can read it. If you personalize it, you can read it. Yeah. You can read it on the laptop though, and you can read the message. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Yeah, she's right. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Personalized? Was it? Yeah. You can say it.
Sorry, how long did you take for each of us to send this message?
Say again?
Because for me the prime is the time. How long did it take for you to
Well,
send this message?
I've got 5 people working on my account, so. Don't forget, this is my business. This is what I do for a living, so.
I thought it was you, it's just so...
No, it's not me. Sorry to shatter that illusion, but no. How do you think I'm sending messages at this moment? I'm sending messages to people out to Zurich, and I'm contacting. This moment I'm generating meetings in Zurich. I can't be doing that if I'm doing this. So you basically have to schedule things and you have to work. That's why we employ. That's why we have a company. Yes. Yeah. Yes, but most people don't personalize it. That's why you should do it. Most people do not personalize it. Only 1 in 10 people personalize it. That's why you should personalize it. Most people just do spam. They just do connect, 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 connect. But they also get banned by LinkedIn by doing that because people put I don't know, and they basically LinkedIn totter up how many people I don't know, and they basically start putting an email thing in to make sure you can't connect any more people. So you should personalize it. Always, always personalize it because it stands out. That's one of the reasons why we personalize it, because other people don't do it. Say again? You probably won't. But it depends what your objective is. If your objective is to generate leads, for example, from their connections, you don't really care whether you hear back from them or not. It depends how you use it. LinkedIn it's a first, second, and third connections, for example.
You think, oh, right, I haven't read my message or whatever it is, you actually message afterwards?
You can message afterwards, yes. You do what we call a follow-up script to do that, yes. So we have 9 different scripts which we agree with our clients, for example, where we basically do inbound invitations, outbound invitations, when people accept invitations, when they comment, when they like, when they view your profile, when they view your point drive, which is on Sales Navigator. Like, all these things are scripted. And we basically, my team basically just send out different things when different things happen on LinkedIn. Yes. Because it's basically, you have to on LinkedIn to get the most out of it, you have to. That's why I have a business. Because it takes so long to do this that I quickly realized that nobody actually wants to do this for themselves. Especially if you're a CEO of a company. No one wants to fucking do it for themselves. It takes a long time. So you should share things like videos and podcasts on LinkedIn as well, pre-promote things, and then things like this. Take pictures of this, tag people here, share it. So I went to a Lego innovation event, I tagged that, for example. Share people there, tag it, and you get thousands of influencers. And then you tag other people. Really, really important. Tag people who are influencers. So for example, Simone, for example, came to our office and did a kind of lovely interview with one of my team here, Lauren, for example, talking about how she had a disastrous first date. And I was pitching her my business, for example. She doesn't need my business, she's too popular already. But just by having her, we got 15,000 views because I got into her network. And it's really interesting because the comments from her network were very different from the comments from my network. The comments from her network were just complimenting on how pretty she was, but the comments from my network were not doing that at all. It's really weird. So you need to pick your influencers and pick the ones you want to basically influence you so you get into their network and to do that. And you can tag lots of people. Andrew Pickup does this. Every single time he does it, he tags like 1,000 people who work at Microsoft or can benefit Microsoft, for example, because he's in charge of corporate communications at Microsoft. So that's his job. But then I tagged him back and I put in the fact I was using one of his Surface Pros, for example. So you hijack his. So if you're clever, you can hijack people's. So every time he tags me, I tag him back so I make sure that I get noticed. And then you can hashtag topics. So it's really important you need to own topics. So like keywords own topics. Now LinkedIn have hashtags. So you put in social, you have social media marketing, social selling, social security, social impact, etc. So now if somebody follows that hashtag and you share social media, it pops up on their feed, just like Twitter or Facebook. Sorry, she's pointing at me, yes?
What's the rule on hashtag at the moment? Is there any, I've seen it on other platforms, not LinkedIn, that the thing is with Twitter and Instagram, if you've got between 1 and 3, it's more effective than having more than that. Does it work the same on LinkedIn? Is there a magic number on the number of hashtags?
It's a very good question. I actually don't know the answer to that because LinkedIn's only been using hashtags for about 6 months. So it's actually quite new, and they keep on adding hashtags as well using their AI, depending on what people are using. But we do find by putting lots of hashtags in, I'd like to find an example. For example, they put LinkedIn branding content, but I do find the more you put in, the more chance you are getting found with those people who are also following those hashtags.
Yeah, other platforms, they really do. There's more evidence that you're better off putting no hashtags than
Oh, really?
no hashtags on Instagram, I think.
Oh, really?
So,
London hashtags is the highest ranking. You'll get more engagement.
Yeah, but I think there was some studies done on different platforms. Now it was probably 2 years ago since I last read it. They did look into what is you can it was the hashtag spam, like we call it, was that if you put too many in, it actually ranks you lower than if you had
interesting.
the right amount.
Interesting.
So,
Okay.
I'm curious to see how this evolves.
But it's only been doing it 6 months, so yes, it's a good question. So for example, when they started doing it, LinkedIn didn't even have one for entrepreneur or social selling. So basically, they just started evolving that over time, for example. So you think about your hashtags, and it comes up like this. So if you're following personal branding, you basically get a notification at the top that says you're following personal branding. So if you mention personal branding, it'll come up. Just like innovation, for example. So the more the better, yes?
Going back to tagging people,
Yeah.
what is the rule of tagging? I noticed that some people
Don't like being tagged.
Well, you can actually take that off. So when I get tagged in something I don't want to be tagged in, I basically remove it from that post, and I normally block that person if it's basically something I don't want to be associated with. So you have the power to do that. So you can't tag Richard Branson, for example. Richard Branson removed that functionality from his profile because obviously a million people went, oh, I'm going to tag Richard Branson. Doesn't work.
In general, if it's an idea or whatever that you've written, you're not connected to the person.
Oh, you don't need to be connected at all. Yeah, no. You can target. You can basically hashtag loads of people you're not connected. Oh, sorry, tag loads of people you're not actually connected to, and that's the beauty of it. You can basically, you can tag everybody here, even not connected to people.
And you won't get connected or banned and say,
No, but you get notification basically saying that you have tagged that person. For example, you have basically mentioned that person in a post. You have mentioned that person in a reply. You have liked a person. So basically, it's a benefit to you in terms of social selling and raising your personal brand. Definitely. So if you want to get a job in a particular organization and you find out who's the decision maker there and you have tagged them they will get notifications saying you have mentioned them in the posts. They will then know who you are. So it's a great way of being noticed on LinkedIn to basically keep mentioning people, and effectively what we call, it is especially social selling. So it's a very good point, yes.
Or you're not trying to engage by connecting with your colleagues and maybe to spur great teamwork and
It's a very good question. When we opened the business, when we opened the new office, I tagged every single person in that. So it depends on the context. I'm not like Andrew Pickup is what you call the worst and the best at doing this. Basically, whenever he has any meeting at Microsoft, he tags 1,000 people at Microsoft. And I'm sure all the people at Microsoft going, oh God, Andrew's tagged me again. Oh God, Andrew's mentioned me again. Because he literally doesn't do anything else. Whereas I change mine all the time. So if I meet somebody, like I met Avi today, who's a keynote speaker, for example, I tagged him. But I didn't tag lots of other people at the same time. I met another keynote speaker yesterday and I tagged him. So I don't see the point of tagging lots of people who weren't in the meeting. Whereas what Andrew does is when Microsoft does a launch, he basically tags every single person who he thinks can influence that coverage of that launch. Because it is in corporate comms, so I understand why he does it, but to those people, they must get a bit sick of basically being tagged in something which means nothing to them whatsoever. They happen to work in that company or they happen to sell Microsoft products, that's it. So the reason I don't do it in every single post is because my team would get really, really sick of me and it's not applicable. It's all about context, it's about the context.
Hashtag.
Yes.
You said that with hashtags it shows up in the feeds, but is
Yeah.
that within your connections or does it have a high?
If you follow the hashtag topic.
So if I follow the hashtag leadership, then
Yeah.
everything on leadership comes up in my feed, although I'm not connected to these people?
It comes up if that person, using the algorithm of LinkedIn, basically you have somehow told LinkedIn that you want to see that person's post from that particular person. So I don't know every single thing about the algorithm of LinkedIn, but I do know that if I, for example, like something, then the next time that person posts, it comes up in my feed. And if I'm following a hashtag and I'll say innovation from that person, it'll double come up in my feed. Because LinkedIn will say, okay, he's following innovation and he's following this person and he liked that last one, therefore let's put him in his feed.
So I guess my question is it also valid with that outside of your network and counter to that?
Yes, if you happen to be following and liking that person. So I could be, if I'm not connected to you and I like one of your posts, then basically LinkedIn see that. And as long as I'm following you and you've shared that hashtag, then LinkedIn will share that next time. It's very, very complicated and I don't understand. I don't even pretend to understand the algorithm of LinkedIn because sometimes I see lots of posts, sometimes I don't. And it's like any algorithm like Facebook and so forth, it's very complicated. So it's always changing as well. So this is how, yes, go on.
On hashtags, hashtag social, is it only social that comes up or does it social everything else that comes up?
Social everything else. So that was what I showed, maybe you saw that, there. Social media marketing, social selling, social security, social impact, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, everything. So this is how the notifications come up. So you get emails, you get basically when you tag people, you get mentioned in a post, mention you in a comment, others liked you in a mentioned. So you should obviously not do things like this. No posts at all. And some of you do this. Some of you have no posts, you've got to share, yes. You're just saying you don't do it, okay, that's not a question.